So today we're going to be replacing the screen on the iPhone 11. This is not the Pro, it's just a regular 11. So this one was so destroyed that it just fell apart. So what I'm going to do here is just cut the cable. And then we're going to proceed to take it apart. There's two pentalobe screws at the bottom, which you would use a pentalobe screwdriver to remove. Once the screws are removed, you can take a razor or an opener tool and pry off the frame out of the back. So then you lift the frame sideways to the right of the phone, and the cables are all there underneath a couple of metal plates that you're going to remove now. But here's just so you can see a close-up of the internals. With the battery, the front-facing cameras at the top, the face recognition stuff. Yeah, it's all there. Using a tri-wing screwdriver, remove this metal plate that protects the connectors for the screen. Unplug the battery and the screen. Make sure you unplug the battery for this repair. So now we're going to be putting all the frame and front-facing camera and speaker, the face recognition and speaker and proximity sensor onto the new screen. Make sure you take off all the protective tape and stuff that the new screen comes with. Right here I'm holding a OEM original screen. It's an original LCD. It's obviously not straight from Apple. Apple does not sell parts. But this is basically, it's an original screen that has had the glass refurbished, which is usually the best way to go. I'm connecting the connectors just to test the screen. I don't like to go through the entire assembly until I make sure everything works. Okay, so everything checked out. I did a full test of the digitizer, the colors, and made sure the brightness and everything was good. Okay, so remove the screws that are holding the proximity sensor and light sensor and speaker, earpiece. Then you remove the frame. These are also tri-wing. Remove all the glass and particles off of this assembly. Now in my situation it wasn't necessary. I just removed the plastic off of it, and I'm going to use the one that came with the new screen. Some screens don't come with that plastic frame for the camera and proximity sensor, but this one did come with it, so I don't have to clean off the old one. But if not, make sure you do put the old one on. Now the first time doing this, putting the frame on can be a hassle, but it's not that hard to do. You just gotta get the cables in through the right way. So the one cable comes up through the opening, and then just make sure that the other one folds over properly. Be very careful with this part. You don't want to, if you don't do this right, it's not going to close properly. You might have a bulge under the screen, pressure mark, so on and so forth. So make sure everything's lined up properly. Put the screws back into the frame. So just make sure to line up everything properly. The microphone, the camera, the proximity sensor. I keep saying camera, but it's proximity sensor. You can see everything sits in its own place. It's pretty specific, so if something's not lined up, you're gonna have an issue putting the top part on. Make sure to put the right screws back in their place here. Put the plate back on and then screw it in. As you can see, after you've been doing this for a long time, you can screw things in extremely quick and your hands become really fast. I totally didn't play this clip at 450% speed increase. Okay, there we go. We put the bottom screws in. I have to make sure that everything's clicked in properly. In my case, there was a bit of a problem here with the cable. Like I said, if the cable isn't lined up properly, you're gonna have that metal cover that's on the screen will not be in the right slot, and then you'll have a pressure mark on the screen. So make sure it's in the right place. I really don't advise using a razor like I'm doing here to lift it up, but use something plastic. Now, I'm pretty surgical with the razor, so I allow myself to do that, but I would not recommend it. Here's me trying to figure out what's going on, because admittedly this is the first iPhone 11 I did. I have to admit at the end of the video. Anyway, it worked out in the end. Put the screws back in the bottom and we're basically done. Everything's good to go. So that was the iPhone 11 screen replacement video. Thanks for watching and have a great time.